welcome to another stream here on Behance and YouTube. My name is Anna Daviscourt. I am a children's book illustrator. This is my best friend Anthony Sims, who is also co-host of the stream. Hi! How are ya?
I'm good. I feel a lot better than I did last time. I'm just drinking
Excellent.
some tea and trying to get the last remnants of this head cold behind me.
Absolutely. Cozying up a little bit. Maybe have like a blanket with you so you can be a true little granny.
Well, I've got my jacket on. It's keeping me quite warm, and my foot slippers.
King of the outerwear. Anthony always has a jacket.
Slippers.
Oh, those are nice slippers. Wow. I can't show the inside of mine. They probably don't look good. So, good for you. Actually,
Thank you.
The problem I had lately with my slippers, my mother-in-law actually gave them to me, and they were lovely and lush. They have this like nice poof around the ankle. It's really comfy. But then the bottom, which was like a rubber kind of sole, like normal slippers usually have, it started like piecing off. And I would walk around the apartment and I'd just find like little black flecks of it everywhere. And I was like,
Like
this
the
isn't
headphones.
good. Yeah, the headphones that I have, the cups
both of
for
us.
the ears are just deteriorating. That's the foam inside.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
I sewed mine together.
You are just so crafty. I need to do
But
that, but haven't found the time.
The black stuff still like flakes off.
No stopping that, buddy.
You could make yours so cute the way that you learn how to sew on the masks and whatnot with like the
Embroidery.
Yeah.
Yeah. It could be cute, but then it would just be on the inside. And my big problem with it is the flaking off of the black. Like the foam coming out really doesn't bother me. It really doesn't inhibit the use of them. But then after I stream, I'll like look around on my shoulders and in my hair, and there's just little black bits, and it feels not good.
Because I have less hair than you do. I think that's why the foam was bugging me more, because I actually like felt my ear going inside the seam. Mm-hmm. Your hair blocks it, but then also the black flecks, it's pressed right against my ear and it just sticks to it. And later in the day I'll just be like peeling these black things off of me.
Good times, basically.
Anyway, we've got a Patreon if you want to give us money.
I'll get the cute little cat ear ones if I get enough money. So.
Oh my gosh, amazing.
Be real streamers, you know how it is. Welcome back. We are here today with part 2 of our Hey Diddle Diddle Cat and the Fiddle illustration, which came from total randomness. Last stream, if you didn't catch that one, I wanted to paint something glowy. I used a random Pinterest image that I really liked to kind of make this idea of glowing mushrooms on a path. And then we added a moon, and then suddenly there was a cow jumping over it, and then there were dishes running away with spoons, all sorts of nonsense, as we are wont to do. So,
how'd you come up with all of that original content?
Jake. Jake Green came into the chat and just said, "Hey, diddle diddle," and it was over. It was over, we were done. By the way, 1 second, I have to say, gold star goes to Rin for being first in the Behance chat. Platinum star goes to Canadian Pulse over on YouTube. Congratulations, you two. You were first. Boop, 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 boop. Just as a little dance for you. Rin says, why can't
Nobody
I
else
say
look at
fork?
that dance.
Oh no. Are they're
Fork.
censoring the
Am
mods?
I saying that right? It's like a good place.
Oh, the good place. I love that. Yeah, why can't I say fork? Forking shirt balls. I love it. In my latest Patreon video, I actually made one. Anthony, you're so proud of me, right? Yeah.
What did you make?
I just made like a little update and showed some of the hobbies that I've been doing, some of the fabric arts, and why did I bring that up? What was the one thing that I was going to say? It was something about, okay. So I made this string of pom-poms on a string. I can't bring it out. It's stuck behind my desk. It fell, guys. I need something more sturdy to hold it up. Anyways, they're pom-poms.
Your hand won't hold it up. Not sturdy enough.
And I had to edit myself out, like, saying balls all the time. I said balls, like, 72 times in that video. And I was just like, first of all, that's excessive. And then second of all, I was like, pom-poms. They're called pom-poms.
Pom-pom balls.
I just couldn't stop.
That's what I call mine. Pom-poms.
Because they're so fuzzy and adorable. Okay, well, anyway.
Hello, everyone. What are we drawing today?
Let's get
Glow?
into the painting.
Part 2?
Yes, this is Glow Part 2. That's what I'm calling it, but we'll see what actually it is. I mean, we could call it Hey Diddle Diddle or whatever. So this is where we left off last time. Obviously, the text is haphazardly laid in there, just because I need to fit it. This is something that I encounter all the time with illustrations meant for print. You have to work around the text and give it ample room, and so it's a good thing just to talk about how to deal with. One of the things that I've always been taught by more experienced artists in the craft is that you want to leave way more room than you think it needs. So that's our goal today, is make sure that the composition of this is really giving the room to breathe for the text. And if a stranger came upon this, never having seen the image, would they be able to carefully, easily read it? Would it be like a nice flow going through? So, that in mind, I did a little draw over of our composition. And I think that this gives not only more room for the text, but a little bit more legibility in terms of the flow of what you read first and then second. So my idea is, and please feel free to weigh in on this, is we have Hey Diddle Diddle in the upper left-hand corner, Cat and the Fiddle all up here, and then we've got the cow jumped over the moon in the moon, because I really liked that when we had it on this one. Woo! There we go. Just the idea of it crossing over that moon area is fun to me. And then, but we're going to flip the moon around so that it fills the composition a little bit better. And then we have the little dog laugh to see such a sport, which isn't perfectly placed in my opinion. It's not quite as perfect as like the moon and the cow being really close together in subject and in illustration, the text and all that matching up. The dog is talked about in the top left corner of our second spread, but he's appearing in our bottom right hand corner. However, I think that this is the best solution for what we have right now. So again, chime off if you see like something that could be a little bit better here. And then we'll have the dish ran away with the spoon right below where they are running away. So that's the idea so far. Anthony, do you see any horrible big gaping flaws?
No.
Okay, cool. That's what I like to hear. I also was thinking, instead of having in the corner here, we had a vertical diagonal back here, like dog, like, oh, this is the shape that he's taking up in the composition. And I think it would just flow better if he was a little bit longer into the composition, so his like body goes off. And there are no rules with like how anthropomorphic versus realistic versus silly, whatever the animals are. So I really just want to do whatever we feel like doing. So with the dog, I'm going to put it down like this. And then I was thinking of giving him a little hat, because I really like the idea of these animals wearing clothing. I want a little handkerchief on the back of the cat. I think that would be adorable. And he's like going to town on the fiddle and just being like in the groove, basically. And then the dog's just having a good old time being like, what is the cow doing? Ah! And then the dish and the spoon are just sneaking away in the back. So that's the idea. That's where we're going. So as always, just let me know how you're doing and what you're thinking about the piece and all that jazz. And I'll get started. I think that's the plan. Oh, I was also thinking we could possibly add some stars around here if we want to. Maybe it could be like a cool atmospheric thing, since we've got these layered trees. If we had just like a faint star in the background casting a little bit of glow on the tree, but it's not quite as bright as the moon. Like the moon would still be the centerpiece of the glow. And then of course we have these glowing mushrooms, but we will keep assessing where they should be and if they should be, basically. So, that being said, I guess I'll move forward. But again, Anthony, if you see any things in the chat that you can call out, let me know.
Everybody's just doing laughing emojis.
Because the little dog is laughing and they're just having a good old time with him?
Yeah.
It's that and not the balls thing, huh?
Well, one of them popped up recently, so must be.
Popped up?
What?
What's poppin'? Pop, pop.
So what kind of dog is it?
Oh my gosh, did you remember the foot?
Oh no, I didn't. I
We had a
forgot about
foot
it.
from last time. Stompy, stompy, stompy. What were you saying? Sorry, you asked me a question and I totally
What
ignored
kind of dog is it going to be?
Mutt. That's what I want. But I have no clue. I think it could be something that fits the composition well, whether we need it to be a solid color to be a little bit less busy, or if we want it to be something a little more busy, we could add some texture, some pattern, something. But for now, just dog.
Dog colored.
Dog colored. We could have it match the cow and have some spots. Maybe it's a, what do you call it? A Dalmatian, perhaps. First thing, I'm going to flip the moon. No small feet. Just going to flip it. Do we have a glow on it from a different... Yeah. Of course we do. Of course we do. I'm just going to turn that off for now. We'll probably redo it anyway. Beep, bop, beep. Does anybody else not label their layers and then you have to turn on and off every single one of them to figure out what they are? That's me.
Yeah, I get that way too sometimes.
Definitely. It is the way.
Rin says in fresco always.
Yeah. I've never labeled anything in fresco, I don't think. But that's okay.
Is it because of the lack of keyboard accessibility?
Yeah, and it's just, I don't know, there's something about it that makes it way less intuitive to do. Which, honestly, I never do it in Photoshop, so I guess my intuition isn't to label anyways. But I do usually, if I'm giving a client something, then I'll label things just for them, but, like, personal work, it's all haphazard.
Mm-hmm.
Cow, where are you? Where are you, cow?
I think I'm somewhere in between. I like to group things a lot, so I'll usually label a group, and then within the group things won't be labeled, but as long as, like, this all has to do with this, then at least there's that.
Definitely, yeah. Some semblance of organization is still organization.
And then I don't often, but sometimes just recently, actually, I use the color labeling so that when you go up to how you sort the layers, you could change it to color, and then it will only show the layers that have the color label.
Oh, interesting. I've never done that.
So it's been helpful when it's like smart objects. Well, this example is a template for a hat that has 6 panels on it, and each of the panels is like a separate smart object. So each of those is colored blue on their layer, so that you just sort it by blue, so that all of them pop up and you don't have to go through so many different groups and layers to find, like, open this smart object to update it. It's just all 6 of them are here because they're labeled blue, and it makes it so much easier to sort through layers.
For sure. That's awesome. I like that. Any kind of organization that actually works. Like, you know how it should be that organization helps you, right? I find that a lot of times it's not necessarily helpful for me tangibly. It's like, oh, it should be, but it doesn't actually work with my workflow. When you find something that clicks with your brain and the idea of, like, what tools are available to you, it's a match made in heaven. It's amazing.
Rin says, I label groups when I can, usually when moving on to the next group.
Oh, really?
And it just flattens out.
Yeah, well, it depends on the piece. It really is like, I just speak to the piece and it speaks to me, and we figure it out together. Okay, so I have a question for you guys. Do you like the text that is lowercase or uppercase more? So this is the uppercase, and then all the rest are lowercase, and I'm just questioning whether I should make them all caps. This isn't necessarily about the font. This is just about uppercase versus lowercase. So I feel like, I think I like lowercase a little bit more, but I need it to be highly legible, and I'm honestly not sure about what letters should be capitalized if we're doing both. But we do have a reference image that Jake so lovingly provided for us. I'll show that again. Beep. Enlarge. Come on. There we go. So this one says that every line should be capitalized and then cow should be capitalized. So we
Okay.
could follow that. We could break from tradition. We could do whatever we want. This cow's sticking its tongue out. So we talked about how bad an idea that is.
Yeah, we
So
did.
who knows if this is something to be followed or not.
I'd say no.
Are there any opinions of lowercase versus uppercase?
Well, we've got it depends on the story from Ibrahim. Kendall says, when I start getting over, well, that's layer stuff. Rin says, lowercase for a calmer energy. And maybe you could capitalize the animal names.
I think I would want to capitalize either all or none of the animal names because just capitalizing cow to me is just kind of weird. I don't know why that's what they did.
That's its name, cow.
Yeah, but the rest aren't. Like, why is cow but cat is not cat? I don't know.
It could be in your story.
That's what I'm saying. I would either do all or none because
I'd say all, like Winnie the Pooh, like rabbit, Tigger, Eeyore, kangaroo.
You know those animals, Tiggers? Yeah.
Or in Little Bear, is that what that animated show was called?
There is an animated show called Little Bear.
Yeah. Where Little Bear was his name, and that was capitalized, I believe. And then there was like Duck and the other ones, Emily.
Emily.
What are the other animals in Little Bear?
I have no idea. It's been too long. And I get it mixed up with Franklin. Do you remember that show?
Franklin, yes. I do, but I remember it differently now because I didn't really watch it when I was younger, but Gary was telling me when we were watching Schitt's Creek that what was his name in that show? The love interest to David.
Questions that I cannot answer.
That actor voiced Franklin.
I think you told me that. That's very vaguely familiar.
So now when I think of Franklin, I just think of, aw,
cute,
gay.
No, Franklin was absolutely gay. But yeah, that is a good memory to have.
Have you started Heartstopper yet?
No, I haven't yet. I also missed the last night of Moon Knight. I'm behind on all the shows.
Me too. I realized, I'm trying to cut screens out around 8:30 so that I could have like no screens an hour before bed or whatever.
Great idea.
It was like 8:40 that I cut out screens, and I was like, oh, dang, I forgot about Moon Knight.
Whoops.
I watched an episode of Sketchbook, I think it's called, on Disney Plus. This was the episode that the artist was doing Mirabelle, I believe.
Nice.
From Encanto.
Yeah. We all love Mirabelle.
Brent says Heartstopper was fantastic. It was so good.
I've heard only good things. Ryan Selby
That's 'cause
gave
it's
a
only good.
glowing review on his Instagram stories.
Oh, good. How relevant and pertinent to today's drawing.
What?
Glowing.
Glowing review! Ah ha ha ha! Hilarity ensues. Oh man, I did not catch that one the first time. Thank you for explaining. That's the way the dog laughs. Alright. Starting to slowly get things into place and capitalizing things. I think that I really like this font, typeface, whatever you want to call it. But I don't know that it's the best read because it's so thin. So I need to find one that's working.
Well, now I'm second guessing the capitalizing the animal names and things like that because
Oh yeah, that's
makes it
another thing. I need to capitalize the beginning of it. So every line is going to be capitalized at the beginning. The beginning.
Oh.
So, and we'll make sure that it reads perfectly. It's not going to have glowing mushrooms behind it and all that jazz. And dish ran away with spoon. Okay, there we go. Oh, and I wanted to also make them possibly... I think I'll have them all register to the left side. So that's going to go ish there. And then the dog one's going to go ish up here.
Rin suggesting if you capitalize the subject words, the entire thing fully capitalized, it puts emphasis on it for kids. So, like, the cow fully capitalized, the cat fully capitalized, the little dog.
Yeah, I've never seen it that way. Is that something that is done?
I don't know. But this way is also weird.
Wait, you don't
That
like
old-timey illustration was not a good reference to go by for illustrating or for using text.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Well, okay. We'll confer in the comments and come up with a consensus. How about that? Because I feel like I don't think this is crazy to have it them all capitalized. Crazy. Okay. I'm
it would
glad
be
that
like
you
saying
feel
the Anna jumped over the moon instead of just Anna jumped over the moon.
So your problem
it would
is
just be like take out the or just lowercase cow.
Hey diddle diddle, cat and the fiddle, cow jumped over the moon, dog laughed to see such a sport, and dish ran away with spoon. Just no those.
Maybe his name is Little Dog. That might help it more. But yeah, something like that, or just no capitalizing. Random words.
They aren't random, they're subjects. Or whatever. I don't know. Okay. That is not the primary concern right now. We can always change that. What we want is the composition to work together. What I'm going to do now is make sure that these guys are thoroughly away from that top section. Also, there's a thing called bleed when you're printing things. You want to stay away from the edges of a piece, at least like I'd say a, what do you call it? Quarter centimeter? An inch? Holy heckers, that's huge. That's a lot. It's different for everything depending on what size you're printing at, but you want to stay a decent size amount away from the sides. And also when you have a fold down the center, we're pretending this is a book, it has a gutter is what it's called in the middle, where the pages come together a little tightly, so you lose a little bit of the image in the center. So we want to stay away from the center, which is going to be a line right here. I can draw that in. Then we want to stay away from the outer edges. So real quick, I'll just draw that kind of thing in. Let's see, this is 14 and a half, so 7 1/4 is going to be where our ish middle is. And then we'll do...
Martha says 0.125 all sides equals standard bleed. Is that inches? 0.125 inches?
I would say centimeters, but I am not an expert. Usually what I do with clients is I ask them to provide a file where it's like from their printers, whatever profile I need for the colors, and then whatever bleed is necessary, and that usually gets me way closer to accurate. I've once upon a time had a client send me a file that they just put together, not from the printers, and it got pretty messy. So just saying, make sure that it's the format that will be used at the end. That's the most important thing. Inches, Martha
0.125 inches is 0.3175 centimeters, but I don't think that's any help. In millimeters, it's 3.175.
So it's 0.125 inches, not 1.25.
Yeah. No. So way less than an inch.
Yeah. But yeah, you can put that stuff in all mathematically and stuff. I just want, for my reference, to just have an idea of safe area to have text and all that jazz. There's also size of text on the page. I'd say that 16 is the minimum for especially children's books. But we could go down to 24. How about that? So we could just have a little bit more room for us. What did I do? I Laura Mipsumed all over the place. Oh no.
Whoa.
I know. It's serious. And again, I'm probably going to change this typeface. But at least we have an idea of how big it'll be. Whoops. And where. I said whoops. You're supposed to go back. There we go. I wish it would just Control Z every time I said whoops. Can I do that with like some smart Google thing?
Control Z what?
Have it automatically Control Z when I say whoops.
Whoops.
Hey,
yeah,
Adobe
maybe.
Live. If you're just joining on Adobe Live, hi, my name's Anna Davis-Court. I'm a children's book illustrator, and today we are illustrating some children's booky stuff. By the way, below me is Anthony. He's my best friend and co-stream host. Co-host of the stream. Wow, wording good today. And yeah, we're just figuring out placement of text for this illustration that we started yesterday, last stream, and it went from one thing to another, so we're kind of making it fit this new path that it's going down. So instead of it just being about glow, it is now a whole double page spread, full color, with dogs, cats, cows, dishes, all the good stuff.
Sound familiar to anybody?
Maybe, perhaps. Who knows? Everybody say hi to your chat friends, because they are awesome. We love everybody in the chat. Beep, bop. Okay, so we definitely can't have these glowing mushrooms behind the text right here. So we'll have some kind of change in the path, perhaps, to make sure that this reads well. We could, of course, just get rid of some mushrooms, but I want to make sure that we're designing for the pages that we have now and the text that we have now, instead of just making it like trying to haphazardly change our image to fit what we're doing. We want to make sure we're cognitively designing. We are putting our faces here and we're understanding what we have. That makes sense?
Kendall has to head out. Bye, Kendall.
See ya, Kendall. Have a great day. Farewell, everyone. Have a good May. Oh yeah, today's the first day of May that we're streaming.
It's 5 days into it.
It's gonna be May, but it is May. So everybody's celebrating May Day and other
Yesterday
May,
was beautiful
like,
outside.
Yesterday was beautiful. I feel like we're having just a slew of beautiful days now. Spring in Oregon is just...
I mean, today's rainy and gloomy, but yeah.
You know, sometimes to balance it out, it's nice to not have to water the plants, so sometimes I welcome it.
Our next warm/sunny day is next Wednesday.
Wednesday. Okay. We only have to wait a week. Not the
60
worst, not
degrees and partly cloudy. Mostly cloudy. Tuesday's supposed to be kind of nice too. 58 though.
58. Huh. That's not too bad. Yesterday I thought it was going to be mild, and then it was just
70 something.
Hot. Yeah, it was kind of crazy.
I had to roll up my pant legs and take off a jacket and remove my cap.
Oh, outrageous and
stripping in a
amazing.
Parking lot.
Put up a parking lot. No, strip in a parking lot. Where
Felt like paradise afterwards.
I'm glad you got my reference, but you silly boy. You silly boy! Oh. Okay, so...
The little boy laughed to see such a gaff. Wait, what's the thing? Sport.
Gaff. I like it. I like
better.
it. Oh yeah, Kendall says happy Cinco de Mayo, which I totally forgot. Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Apparently Children's Day, which I did not know. Huh.
Children's Day.
Support the children near you, especially those who are trans and LGBTQ, all of that, because man, it's hard out there for the kids. Make sure to educate and give access to banned books. I think that we're gonna probably push the tree over, because it feels like that's kind of nothing in the composition right now. Why don't we have this applied? Oh my gosh, you guys, this is what we're painting originally, and then we put a levels on it and it just changed everything. I can't believe
so dark
that.
And moody.
I love it dark and moody. Do you guys remember the hot pink background? You want to see it? Ah! Everybody freaked out. Okay, so we need to probably just take the glow off for now, and then I know the glow is really fun to look at, but honestly it's like a last 10% thing. So if you have like the hard light layers or soft light layers that we were using last time on, that's totally cool. But as I'm moving things around and making big adjustments to the composition, I don't really need them. I can repaint them in about 2 seconds. So it's not like a big deal to just not use the ones that we made before. What is this? Oh, it made them blue. Okay. So we were talking about the tree, and I'm wondering if it's part of the background. I think it is. So what I'm gonna do is probably just paint over it, but I'll duplicate it first so that we keep the idea of a tree, but then we can move it around. So I'm just gonna Control J, makes it into a new layer automatically. And then our back layer, need my big brush, bringing out the bristle bronze. It's called the Bristol Bomb. But bristle is like said like a bristle of a brush, not like somebody mispronouncing it. So yeah, I'm gonna
is that clear to everyone?
Do you get it? Do you get it? Probably not. It's confusing when I say it. So yeah, this is just going to be a painting in of a background. This is something I so often do, especially on projects where my brain isn't working. If you ever have experienced this where you're like, oh, I need to separate these layers, you have to paint behind them. And I did this so often when I worked in video games. It was nauseating. Where I'm just like, oh yeah, we need a background for this thing, but the background doesn't exist. Fill in the gap. And man, it's frustrating after a while. So that's, I guess, the lesson that you're supposed to learn from it is always use layers when in doubt. But you know me, I like to flatten. I'm a flattener. So that's how I found myself in that position a lot. Although, honestly, I have to say, I did get paid for an entire project that was just painting in backgrounds and separating out assets onto layers. So sometimes it can really be a nice boon that you get paid to do, but it's definitely not stimulating work. I'll tell you that much.
Put on some good music.
Exactly.
Ren's asking, will you be playing with the lettering for this?
Oh, like doing hand lettering? I did not think I was going to, but now that you say it, maybe. Who knows? Tell me if you'd like to see these things hand lettered instead of texted. Maybe we could do that at the end as like a comparison, because I'm not like a pro letterer. The most experience
She's pretty good at it.
The most experience I have is thanks to Shauna Lynn Parmesan's course, which one of her courses is down linked in the description, and you can actually get 20% off by using code ANNA20. But also, I believe she has a new Domestica course on lettering in children's book illustrations. So, just all the fun things. But people who are really good at lettering, I am not one of them. Like, I would never consider myself amongst her kind.
Do you consider yourself a pro children's book illustrator?
Yeah. Just
that's good, at least. Because I feel like everything else you're good at, you're like, I'm not a pro at this by any means. Not a pro baker, not a pro crocheter, not a pro embroiderer,
Imagine
not a pro
me on the Great British
sculptor.
Bake Off, Anthony. I would not last a minute in that tent. No way. But
no, you would totally last a minute.
I bet you I would be the first one kicked off, but also I wouldn't want to do it. I do not bake for other people. I should show you the olive
I don't
loaf
think
that
you
I made,
could be the first one kicked off, because there's like a test to prove that you're actually capable of doing the bakes before you get onto the show.
Yeah, so that's when I would get kicked off. Gotcha.
Yeah, you wouldn't even make it onto the show. If that makes you feel any better.
It's the whole point of doing the hobbies thing, is like, you can be bad at hobbies, it's fine. There's no
Nancy didn't make it into the preliminary thing.
Nancy.
Yeah.
Who's
Nancy? Nancy was from the Great British Bake Off. She had like blonde hair. She was a little bit older, and she had amazing bakes, and her decorations were great. And she got like Star Baker a bunch. She was in the same season as Richard and Louis, King Louis.
Yeah, I remember Louis and I think Richard.
And Richard, yeah. Richard was the construction worker guy, and he always have a pencil behind his ear.
Yeah, that was cute. I like
he was so cute. That was also the one with the baked Alaska fiasco.
Oh, poor, is that Ian? I think it was.
I think that was Ian, yeah.
Oof. I'm so sorry, Ian, but also your life is
say
probably
Nancy
great right now.
Brit Whistle or something like that.
Brit
but
Whistle!
I don't know if that's right.
Nancy Brit Whistle! Get ready! Great British Bake Off.
Nancy Brit Whistle.
I wonder what'll come up.
Oh, it's Bert Whistle.
Bert Whistle. That's a great name.
It would have been more fitting if it was Brit Whistle, because she's British.
No.
And she loves to whistle.
Does she? Oh my gosh.
I bet she's great at it. I bet she doesn't consider herself a pro, though. Even if she is fantastic
one
at
of my
it.
kind. You know, my grandma was amazing at whistling. This is what all of her kids remembered, is like growing up, she would just round them up by one whistle, or like whistle happily through the house, and everybody would be like, oh,
round them up with whistling, like the
like everybody
controlling father in The Sound of Music. Everyone had their individual whistle noise that she just called them with.
I don't remember enough of The Sound of Music to understand that, but sure.
He had some sort of like, well, not a dog whistle, but something that looked like a dog whistle, and he would play certain notes, and then the kids would like step forward in line and be like, "But," and then say their names.
I don't.
That was a placeholder placeholder for whatever their names are.
Oh my gosh.
Name all of the kids from The Sound of Music.
Von Trapp, one.
Two,
Von Trapp,
three.
two.
I don't remember any of their names. One of them 16 going on 17.
Marie.
I remember that. How do you solve a problem like Maria?
Yeah, there we go.
She was Julie Andrews, not one of the kids.
Oh, wait, was that about Julie Andrews' character?
Yeah, it was the nuns were singing about Maria. How do you catch a cloud and pin it down? I like that. Gary's mom's name is Maria, and sometimes when she annoys me, I start singing that to him.
That's cute, but also I hope she doesn't notice.
Well, I don't do it in front of her. Usually she annoys me by proxy. Like, I'll hear of something that she has done, and then I'm just like,
gotcha.
How do you solve a problem like Maria?
Oh, is she a cloud? Are you trying to pin her down? Get out of here. But I felt like that was about the 16 going on 17 girl. I can't remember her name now.
Me either. Any of them. How many kids were there? 6.
4.
3.
She made... Stop. She made clothing for them out of their own curtains, and they were matching outfits. And I remember at least 2, not more than 4.
Oh, there were more than 4.
There were more than 4 outfits that she made? How is that even possible?
Here, I'm gonna Google it. She wasn't a pro, but...
It keeps coming back.
It's in the Von Trapp.
If you haven't seen the Sound of Music.
Exactly. You're a pro guesser.
Wow!
Did you know?
Luigi. I win.
Oh,
that's great.
Good job.
Thank you. It took a lot of brain power.
In the film, what?
Anybody a Lil Jon fan?
It says in the film, the 7 kids. But in real life, it was 4?
Confused. I'm confused.
We need more kids to make this an actual Hollywood movie.
More children.
Children's Day, after all.
I order more children. Okay, I'm trying.
Who were the 3 kids not shown in The Sound of Music?
Oh,
so they didn't
goodness.
want to be in the movie?
They were like, no, those kids are not camera ready. Get them out of here.
Oh, boy.
Little dog laughed to see such a sport. I think I might make the dog a little bigger in the composition. And the dish ran away with the spoon. Do you guys have a favorite childhood rhyme or anything? I really loved, there was an old story. My mom had the oldest book of this story, and it was The Calico Cat and the Gingham Dog, I believe it was. Do you remember that one?
No.
Gingham Dog and the Calico Cat, maybe. Anyways, It was adorable, and I loved it. I loved it very much. Also, there were stories of, was it Tangerine Island or something like that? Man.
Side by side on the
Enjoy
table
these things.
sat. 'Twas 12:30, and what do you think? The gingham dog went bow wow wow.
Oh, it's a sad story, by the way. Get ready.
Oh, this was just the first thing that popped up on Google. I wasn't reading the whole thing. But did that ring a bell for me? No. I don't think I've ever seen or heard of this.
Ring the bell, ring the bell. Oh, Mom also had stories on tape, and there was one that was a series of stories from Africa. And so we had the spider who is named, it's an A name.
If Jake Green was here, he would let us know, because I remember he said that he watched this or saw this.
Oh my gosh, I remember the name, but it's like really slipping my mind. But yes, that and the one where the little boy makes fun of the old man, and so the old man curses him to become a cat with fingers coming out of his ears.
That's weird.
It was great.
What kind of fingers? Cat toes or human fingers?
I believe they were human fingers, but this is my childhood memory, so don't hold me to anything.
It's not real.
So I could be 900% wrong. It's a kid's memory. Who knows?
Rin says, did you guys... Yeah, that sounds familiar. Did you guys see Disney American Idol the other night? They performed We Don't Talk About Bruno, among other things. I shared the video on Discord. It was so wonderful. If you missed it, you could watch the full video on Hulu or each of the individual performances on YouTube.
That's
awesome. Not on the Disney Plus app. It's weird. Thanks for putting the links on Discord, though.
Yes, definitely. Thank you for that. I have not watched it yet, but I want to, because that's a fun song. It's going to be probably a very fun performance. Plus,
I don't remember my favorite childhood rhyme, but I really, really loved This Stolen Child by W.B. Yeats.
This Stolen Child? Why are they stealing the kids?
And Anthony Jackson says, I liked Old King Cole's story.
I don't know of that one. Excusez-moi. But we did have an old version of The Emperor's New Clothes. You reminded me because of Old King Cole, Emperor, you know. And oh my gosh, it was hilarious. I just love that story so much. It's very prescient as an adult, but also it was just really funny as a kid. Mom always had the best books and stories for us. Beep, beep. Oh, did you ever read, I know that we did a stream about this a long time ago, so I probably already asked you, but it was My Father's Dragon. Have you ever read that?
No.
Okay. Well, we'll have to get the series for you, because they're great. And they're just like little novels. So, easy to get through and appreciate.
I just recently heard of a How to Train Your Dragon story that takes place 1,300 years after the original films.
1,300?
Yeah.
So when would that be?
Modern times.
What? Okay. Could just say modern times.
In the description it said 1,300 years, so I felt like I should probably just say that. It's called The Nine Realms, or something like that.
Cool. So dragons exist?
Based off of the cover art.
Yes.
Yes.
Good.
It looks like Toothless mixed with whatever that other Night Fury was called.
They wouldn't still be alive, right?
Descendants, I guess.
And they still look like them? 9,000 years or whatever it was?
1,300.
1,300 years? Might as well be.
Evolution takes a while.
Yeah, but still, resemblance to your ancestor from 1,000 years ago. I don't think your kids, Anthony, in 1,000 years are gonna look like you. I'm sorry.
I don't either.
That's like impossible to me. But hey, prove me wrong. Show me a vampire.
I mean, well, they're dragons, so maybe we're just missing the subtleties or whatever. But a giraffe from 1,000 years ago probably looks like A giraffe from Now at Times.
Now at Times. I like Now at Times. I'll take your word for it, but yeah, that's just, I don't know. I'm down for any dragon content, honestly. I shouldn't rag on any of it. I think dragons are cooler than not dragons.
So what's your father's dragon about?
It's a dragon that we never see the father, and it's just a kid who basically is with this dragon, and they explore the lands of like dragon lands. I'm doing a really bad job of explaining it. I don't remember every single plot point. Bye, Ibrahim. Have a great day.
Bye.
Thanks for being here. But I do remember just the world building, and they had wonderful illustrations in the books. It's really like that in between of a picture book and a novel, so it goes really fast, but there's more than just a line or two on a page. I'll just have to show you at some point. Maybe we'll do a read along on the stream. My Father's Dragon digitized by us. By the way, I want your opinion on this composition right now. So I like the left side. I feel like that's going pretty well. And then on the right side, what do you think?
It feels fine to me.
Okay. As long as nothing's like sticking out as like, oh my gosh, I really want this dog's tail to be wagging in here. Get that wagging in here. Should have like a few tails where it's like in action.
Yeah, like he's laughing and he's happy.
Exactly like that.
And you said he was gonna wear a hat?
Yeah.
Oh, that is the hat. I thought it was that ear.
No, that's his ear.
Yeah.
Alright, so he's looking at the cow. The cat's doing its own thing. The dish and the spoon are running off. I feel like it's coming together. The mushrooms are all over the place, so kind of ignore them. Actually, here, I need to get rid of the ones behind the dog, because that just, it cannot be. Now I want to start getting in some of the values and colors for the dog and the cat. And mushrooms will live wherever they fit, but they're just not fitting near the subject matters right now. But I think there'll be a nice compositional, like, leading the eye element of, like, the glow. And then we can have, like, a little glow glinting off of the dish and the spoon, too, which would be really fun for, like, a little material read. I think
Maybe you could have some mushrooms grow out of the moon, and that's why all the mushrooms are glowing, because they're, like, moon shrooms.
Moon shrooms? That's the strangest idea I've heard yet. Maybe we'll do it. We'll see.
Just throw a couple of little mushrooms on that moon.
Maybe, what if all the mushrooms are leaning towards the moon? Like they use the moonlight to grow.
And then there were a couple on the moon.
I'll give that.
Make it an odd
for
number.
Your version, Anthony. For you.
Thanks. Go ahead and just throw them on there and let me see what it looks like.
How dare you? For you, I will. You bully. Oh.
They don't have to be huge. Obviously. What were you thinking? Oh, it's too big.
Where did they grow from, Anthony? Tell me.
The moon.
Yeah, but where on the moon?
You know, here and there. Just not near the subjects, because that's not where they're fitting. Sound familiar? I'm killing her. Those ones are upside down. That's not how gravity works. That's bizarre. Alessandra's in the chat asking how are we doing, and are we ready for the weekend?
Everybody go live it up. Yeah, baby, come on. Get ready, ready, ready for the weekend. Sorry, I had to. Yeah, this weekend, actually, I got feedback, the final feedback on my book, which I am very excited to get because it's very minimal, and I just have to make a few tweaks, and then that's due Monday. After that, I will be officially done with the book. This is a book that I've been working on for the past like 8 months, if you don't know. It's been a while, and I'm very excited for it to be sent off to the printers and out of my hands. So yeah, I also got a kind of interesting email the other day about some work coming possibly my way. I have no idea if it will be a thing, but if it is, that'd be cool. Sorry for being vague, but
it's understandable.
It's what has
Martha
to
says
happen.
congrats, and Rin says, so close, Anna, congrats.
Oh, and then on Sunday we're going to have a little get together with my family for Mother's Day, which I'm very, very excited about because we have some awesome mothers in my family and we need to celebrate the heck out of them. And yeah, if you guys have some Mother's Day gift ideas, I would appreciate you shouting them out because I'm super late on getting one, but also it's one of those in-betweens where I'm like, I don't want to go full out like, here's a birthday gift style thing, but I also don't want to not get them something because I feel like I want to celebrate with like a little treat or fun thing or I thought of you kind of thing. So if you have any ideas of what makes you think of my mom and my sister, let me know. But yeah, I'm excited about that. I'm going to paint the dog and the cat now, so that's my goal. Anthony, you got any plans for the weekend?
No.
Well, you're invited to the get-together, if you want.
Is it at Aaron's?
I have no idea where it'll be right now, so we will see. Should the dog's... No, the dog's mouth shouldn't be open. It's funny,
It's laughing, isn't it?
Yeah, but okay, so this is the thing that I actually did for the latest book, and it's not something that I have to keep secret. So it is that it's the style of how I did the mouths for the book. So instead of having an open mouth where it was like dug out and it shows the background, what I did was I would have the mouth shape on top, and it was such a nice shortcut to have for a lot of the expressions because it made everything just a little bit more simplified in my mind. I don't know, there's something about it. And then you could also have stylistically like a floating mouth where you're like, whoa. You know, that kind of thing. Shock. So it was a really fun way of handling mouths, I guess. Expressions floating on faces.
Martha says, someone just gave us a very pretty box with Italian ingredients to make dinner.
Ooh.
Pasta, marinara, wine, olive oil, bread.
Well, hot dang.
That sounds like a nice gift.
That's
a good idea. Penzi's Spices is a nice place to get
You're so right.
ingredients.
Penzi's would be a great one. I miss so much their curry powder. I have just like the, I don't know, Whole Foods brand of curry powder or whatever, 365, and it's fine. It does the job. It varies wildly in how spicy it is, which is interesting. I'm guessing it's just the quality of whatever ingredient is adding that spice factor. But a lot of it isn't necessarily hot stuff. It's more flavorful stuff, like galangal and coriander and stuff like that. But it is at Penzi's so good. And I think they have, well, when you go into the store, it's a whole shelf of different kind of curries. You could have any kind of flavor you possibly want. It's amazing. So I just went through and like sniffed all of them, picked my favorite that was like semi-sweet, semi-savory, and like a little spice. Oh, curry is so good, you guys. Oh, I love it.
What do you usually mix it into?
I usually do chickpeas with a bunch of veggies and then coconut milk. And usually some kind of like tomato-y base. I like doing fresh tomatoes, but I have also done just like a marinara if I'm out of it. And then you just cook it down. And so the chickpeas are nice and soft. But what I'm talking about is like an Indian style curry. There are many different kinds of curry, and even different like the colors, you know, green curry, yellow, red. And then there's Japanese curry that's like way sweeter, and I love them all. I have to say, I don't think I've ever had a curry that I didn't like. They're amazing. What about you, Anthony? Do you like curry?
Yeah, but not spicy, so that probably limits a lot of them, but still a huge variety to choose from. But I don't have it very often, honestly.
If you went to a restaurant, usually you could get the option of like no spice. And then, of course, with Japanese curry, I don't know if they have a spicy option, but every kind I've had hasn't been spicy. It's just like a sweet savory.
Nice.
Yeah.
Martha was also suggesting you could make your own pasta sauce in the mix for Mother's Day gift.
Oh, that's a good idea. It's true. My mom also grows basil, and so she could put some of that on top of it, and it would be like très magnifique. So good. Ooh, I've also wanted to make my own pasta again. I've done, how do you say it? Farfalle? I'm not sure. It's a big, wide noodle. It's the only one I could make because I don't have like a pasta roller. And it was quite thick and irregular, but still, Mom would say it's good.
Oh, A+. It's going on the fridge, or in the fridge.
She'll make like a little, what do you call it? You know, the frames that they would have kids make with a little dried pasta.
Aw, macrame. No, what is that?
Yeah, that's what macrame is.
No.
I macramade it for you. It's macaroni
Art?
Yeah, that's a thing that kids
Noodle
do,
art?
but...
Noodle doodle.
Honestly, I do remember doing that, but with pretzels. In preschool, we made frames out of popsicle sticks that we had eaten the popsicles off of, and then glued pretzels onto the edge, and voila, your gift to your mother. So good.
Usually with a drawing of what you feel like your parents look like and how old they are and a description of them. And it's just a scary stick figure with basic shapes as clothing. And then a wild guess at how old they are. 75.
I mean, above 30, right? We're all 99.
Yeah.
The latest piece of artwork that Arlo, my niece, gave to me, it was basically like a snowman figure with a belly button in the middle. That's how she's drawing people these days, which is pretty cool in my opinion.
You gotta have the belly button.
You gotta have the belly button. You just gotta dot.
I think that was actually in one of the Disney sketchbook episodes.
Really?
It might have been Genie, I want to say.
Oh,
and the artist was like, "Oh, don't forget the belly button."
You gotta have
I was like, "Don't forget it." Iconic.
Honestly, yeah. What would Genie be like without the belly button? Also, the question of nipples, I'm sure, is on the mind of all artists.
Question of nipples. Where's Dark Hours?
Joe, the question of nipples, it's come up. But seriously, Genie doesn't have nipples, right? I think he's got some kind of like little. A line.
My headcanon, he definitely does. I think it's just a chest line. Yeah.
Yeah. Like a singular chest line.
Yeah.
To give some kind of definition.
Mm-hmm.
But no nips. Not for the animated version, at least.
That was such a good episode of Sketchbook. The artist was so comical and funny.
That's good.
He put a lot of himself into animating Genie.
Oh, is this Andreas Deja?
Eric Goldberg, I want to say.
Animating Genie. Okay. Yeah. Eric Goldberg. Is he the one who also did Iago?
I don't know. I know he was on Genie, but he didn't mention being on other things in Aladdin. He talked about being on other Disney movies, but I can't recall exactly what he was doing.
That's fine.
I think he's become more of a director, I want to say, than an animator.
Cool.
But that, I don't know. Also, it could be wrong.
I wish all your creators in the world just like become what you want to be. That's what I hope for the world is, hey, you get to rise through the ranks in the way that you want. So if he's directing now, that's awesome.
Oh, he's definitely directing. I just don't know if he's doing that more than animating.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Rin says about the illustration you're making, with all the animals, creatures being purple, it has me wondering if the laughing dog is hallucinating.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there are a lot of mushrooms in this piece.
There are a lot of mushrooms, even on the moon. Mushrooms.
Alessandra says, I'm gonna make a restaurant like special breakfast for my mom. Getting stuff for it tomorrow.
Oh, that's so sweet. I love
nice.
that. We used to do every Mother's Day as kids, breakfast in bed. And I remember specifically always getting cantaloupe for her. And I always thought as a kid it was because orange was her favorite color. And now I'm like, first of all, is orange her favorite color? And second of all, does she even like cantaloupe? I'm sure she likes it, but like, is it her favorite? I wonder.
I don't know.
I need to know.
Mushmelon.
What's your favorite melon? Go.
Mushmelon.
That's watermelon, for those who don't know.
No, that's cantaloupe. For Anna, who doesn't know.
What? No.
It is. Yeah. It's like an old-timey way of saying cantaloupe.
That's
Mushmelon.
a non-times way of saying it. I've never heard that before.
A now-a-times, a non-a-times.
A never
Here, I'll
times.
look it up just to make sure I'm not horribly wrong. Mushmelon.
Alt. There we go. Boop. Trying to clip it and it wasn't working.
The cantaloupe, rock melon, sweet melon, or spanspec is a melon that is a variety of the musk melon species from the family Cucurbitaceae. Did I say that right? Doesn't say anything about mushmelon.
Very shy about it.
Mushmelon, dialectical variant of muskmelon.
Duh.
Interesting.
Who would have known? Who could have guessed? No one.
With a netted skin and a musky odor.
Musky? That's what they say?
I suppose so. When were they opening these melons?
I don't think it's musky. Personally, but what do I know?
Mushmelon.
Alright, I think these colors are a little bit closer to what I want. I still want them to be a little bit more vivid, but I think starting from like a little bit more desaturated of a place, I can always bring more vivid out, so that I can get the right amount of saturation where I want.
Hey, look what you're doing with your hands. It's perfect. It's monkey paws time.
It's monkey paws time. Ooh, Oh, all right. Okay, now ladies. Yeah.
Yeah.
I said what's
cooler than be cool.
Ice cold.
I can't hear you. I said what's cooler than be cool.
Ice cold. That's exactly how they said it too. Ice cold.
We're gonna do a cover album one of these.
all right. Okay. So, welcome to Monkey Paws, everybody. This is a place where we do a little hand stretching together. I'm gonna lead us if you want to follow along, but it's just a really an excuse for you to take a break. Basically, that's all it is. So we're gonna start with putting our arms out in front of ourselves, fingers to the sky, palms away. Then we're gonna curl our fingers into what we call a monkey paw. Great job.
Good job for you too.
Oh, thank
Great
you.
job. Fantastic job.
Amazing job. Glorious job.
You're a pro.
Pro. I can say I'm a pro at monkey paws. I've done it so many times. Second pose, we put our fingers down to the ground, palms towards ourselves, and then curl them in. Great job. I would also consider you an expert. We then pull our hands around. Put
Experts.
our palms out, fingers down, curl our fingers in. Experts doesn't mean you have to be good at it. Yeah. I've done it 3,000 times. Oh, you pretty good at it? No. Last pose, we put our fingers to the sky, palms towards ourselves, and then curl them in. Oh, we repeat these poses.
Your elbows a lot.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Grunt. Okay, so we repeat these poses, holding for about a second each, around 10 times, so that we can feel a nice stretch in our wrists and our tendons. This is to prevent carpal tunnel or arthritis, hopefully preventing a lot of the issues that we will have along the way because we use our hands so often. We want to keep them good. And we do some other stretches if you stick around, and if any of these just aren't your fancy, I would highly recommend Googling some stretches just to work it into your daily routine. It will.
Yeah, if you find some good ones, let us know over on Discord. We've got a Monkey Paws channel.
Absolutely, yes. That's where we actually learned our neck stretches. So
yeah,
we do look there and use it. Also, a reminder to drink water and close your eyes if you need a break from the screens. There's also the 20-20-20 trick, right, Anthony? You want to tell them about that?
Every 20 minutes, you look 20 feet away for 20 seconds.
I'm doing it. I'm looking so far away. Is my apartment even 20 feet across? I don't know.
There's like 3 feet in every direction before I hit a wall.
Whoa,
I mean, it's a box.
I'm looking to the very corner of the kitchen at the waffle maker. I see you. I see you, villain, with your villain mustache.
I almost made waffles the other day, but then I opted pancakes.
Ooh, how were they?
They were all right.
Just all right.
I feel like on one side it was like, okay, this is all golden brown and good, but then you flip it and then the batter starts rising and then it gets an uneven bake around the rim.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was interesting.
Is it the flipping technique? Or
I tried to squish it down so that it was all contacted on the pan, but it still...
Oh, it was like not hitting the pan at certain parts.
Yeah, it was like the middle would rise up and then the edges of it, wouldn't bake.
That's funny.
As golden brown. I mean, it was fine. It was all baked through, so it was still like bready or whatever, but
right.
It wasn't beautiful.
I want to try making souffle pancakes sometime because I saw it made on a live stream and it looked real good.
Oh, what do you do to make a souffle pancake?
Well, the ones that they did, it was, what do you call it? Like a meringue mixed into it, so you have to whip the egg whites, like we did for our Yule cake. And then you have a mold that you put it in.
You have a mold?
I have a mold. And you put it in that, and then you put a lid on so it steams as well as cooks the bottom. And you do it for longer at a lower heat, so it's like 5 minutes. And then you flip it, and it's like tall because it's in the mold, and it's also tall because it's fluffy from the eggs. And then, you flip it and just cook the rest of the other side. I can't remember if that's covered or uncovered, but then it's all fluffy and thick.
That's amazing.
So once we're done with our stretches, we're just going to gently shake out our hands to loosen them back up. And then roll our shoulders a little bit, get those, working the tension out. Oh, man, I've been holding so much tension in my shoulders. Okay, and then...
And your jaw. Don't forget about that. You hold so much tension there, too.
Chew the invisible air. Or the visible air, whichever. I mean the mushrooms. So we're gonna put our ear as high as we can on one side, listen to the sky and all it has to say, and then we flop on over to the other side, high as you can. Reach for the sky. Then we flop over again. And then once more. Ren says zombie jaws. I love it. Brains. And then we look to from side to side as far as is comfortable. Back. Back again. And once more. We did it! Good job! Oh, remember to crack your elbows too. My goodness. Sorry to everyone who I made yawn. It's gonna happen. I made myself yawn when I was doing the audio test for the stream. I was watching myself and I yawned. What'd you say, Anthony? Sorry.
Oh, nothing.
Unless you're...
Huh?
Unless you're...
What?
Unless you're...
Huh?
Unless you're...
I chose one of your postcards to send to my mom for Mother's Day.
Oh, that's so sweet! Ah! Which one was it?
I think... it's a black and white one with like a gardener or something and like an arch of foliage.
Yes. I think I called that like garden arch or something like that. So good job.
Oh, yeah.
That's so sweet. Was it your least favorite? So you're like, I can part with this one.
I felt like it was more Mother's Day adjacent. I was looking for the garden one, but I think I might have already sent that off somewhere.
Okay, I'm gonna need to
the
send
quote
you
with
some
the
more.
garden.
Yeah, that was the Garden of Hope. That was a fun one. Which I think I just
Who was the quote by? Was that Audrey Hepburn?
Katharine Hepburn. Let me look it up. Un momento, por favor. I actually was just looking at that the other day, so... Oh, it doesn't have the quote on it. I used it for... I ordered some cards for the online store. Are you proud of me, Anthony?
Good job. Was that during the sale that they were having recently?
Yes, Moo was having a sale where it was 20% off and free shipping. What a great deal. So
Audrey
yeah,
Hepburn, to plant a garden is to believe into tomorrow.
Thank you for that.
I make fun of my own stutter. Before the bullies can.
We are our own bullies, friend. Oh, man.
I put a link in the chat if anybody wants to check out that Garden of Hope piece, because it's on Anna's Behance page. It's got some nice, like, breakdown of sketch, flats, color,
all that
close-up bits. Put so much noise on this one. It looks so nice, textury.
I love noise. That's why I let you talk so much.
Oh, the comments are nice on it.
Oh, that's nice.
Rude. You bullied me before I could do it. I talk a lot.
I made the eye too big. That's fine. I want it to be more foxy. You're so foxy. Do you remember that song?
You're so fox tonight.
Nope, that's a different one. Ha! I'm giving it up. That's what that dog's saying.
What song were you singing?
You're So Foxy from No Doubt. Natural conversation mistakes in my army of words. I can't believe you're crawling back for more out of desire. You remember that?
Oh, no, honestly. I have a hard time hearing words in songs. I usually just like them because they sound good. I have to like read through lyric sheets to understand a lot of music.
Totally. Plenty of them are not. What's legible but for hearing? Not auditorily
audible?
Yeah, not audible. Not audible.
A song that I've really been into recently that just came out is Free by Florence and the Machine. That one's got a nice beat.
I remember it. No. Do I remember this? It's recent, yeah?
Yeah, it just came out like last week, I want to say.
Okay, then I haven't heard it yet. I remember listening to King.
King, yeah. They've got, because it's a whole band. I always forget Florence and the Machine. I always think it's just Florence and then has like backup musicians, but I think they actually provide background vocals and contribute into making the songs more than I thought.
Nice.
I thought it was just Florence as like a solo artist, and then it was just like Marina and the Diamonds.
Right.
Maybe that's why Marina changed her name to just Marina, because she's like, no, this is kind of just me.
It's just
for a lot of it.
Baby. Just me.
Anyway, I think there are 4 singles out. There's most recently Free, My Love, Heaven is Here, and King. Oh, that's Bird and the Bee.
It's all I care about when you say my love.
I think Florence and the Machine's full album is supposed to come out on the 12th of this month.
Oh, awesome.
I'm excited for it.
Wow.
Because I've liked all of these singles so far.
Yeah, I think that it may be a renaissance of the Welk.
What's that mean?
Is that her name? Florence Welk? Am I thinking of the old one? Florence Welk.
Well, I think it's Welch. I'm not sure if that's pronounced Welch or Welk.
Okay, it is her name. Good. Because I was worried. I was thinking of Florence from...
Nightingale?
Isn't that the name of the actress who played the mom on Brady Bunch?
Right. Florence... Correct. Florence Brady.
Yeah, I'm not sure how her last name is pronounced. I feel like I've heard it said Welk, but who knows if they were correct.
I mean, I don't know if I've ever heard it said. It's the same with Simone Gertz on YouTube, but
Yetch! Oh my gosh, by the way,
or,
Simone Yetch just posted a video about she is starting a store, an online store, but it really is like a production house for her ideas. And it's called Yetch, but it's spelled phonetically, Yetch.
oh,
And
stop
the
trying to make a
T.
Yetch happen.
Poor Yetch. Will never look like it's said. At least in English. But yeah, she has the everyday calendar on there. Which, if you haven't seen that, by the way, this is Simone Yetch, is a YouTuber that I've watched for quite a while. She's the one who did the poopy robots. Different word for it. But
Oh,
yeah,
isn't she really known for making the truck Tesla?
Truckla. I'd
Truckla.
say she's more known for her robot stuff, but maybe depends on what kind of group you're in, I guess, if you're interested in that kind of stuff. That's how I think I introduced her to you, so I understand where you're getting that from. But yeah, the thing is, her other stuff is really cool too. So the 365 calendar is basically like a button board where you get to push a button for every single day of the year. And it could be for like goal setting or whatever, or just passing time and seeing it tangibly go. But she did a Kickstarter for it like 2 years ago, and now she's actually just selling it on her store, which is so cool to see her like being able to produce at that scale. And
How
then
big is it? Speaking of scale,
I think it's a fairly big thing. Like I'd say 2.5 to 3 feet tall, maybe.
is it flat like a calendar?
Yeah.
Is it like the bulletin board in your bedroom?
Yeah, but smaller. It's more vertical, so it's like a portrait style. And you should just look at it because it's really cool and tactile. The pushing of the buttons.
Just push a button for every day. What happens when you push the button?
There are many things that can happen. So there are ways to like reset it or have it do certain things. I remember at least on her Kickstarter days, I don't know if she's changed the design at all, but when you fill the entire thing, that has like a ripple effect that goes across all the buttons. Very cool. Anyways, what I was going to say is there are other products. One of them is, which is what she made the video about, it is a puzzle that's all white, and every single piece you just have to fit in only by shape, and there's one missing.
Rude.
Forever. She's like, we put it into production, and I literally have somebody picking one piece out of every single puzzle and
randomly
then sending it to me. No, it's the same piece. But it's just hilarious. She does I mean, the website says like unique solutions to like problems you didn't know you had or whatever, something like that, and I'm like, yeah, that's perfect.
Do you think she's gonna make something out of all those puzzle pieces?
I believe, well, you should watch the video.
She should make them into like jewelry or something. I feel like that's a waste. She eats them.
Oh my gosh, you should see also on the website, when you go to buy it, at the bottom of the page, she made another little video for it, which is pretty brilliant. And then another two of the things that she's selling right now are sorry, this isn't an advertisement, but I love people
big
making
fan.
stuff. I am a big fan. I really like her work. Anyway, so she made rings, and one of them is a screwdriver. You can actually use it to like unscrew things and screw things. And then the other one is a screw, and that's not really functional, but she was like, my dream is that a maker couple gets these and gets engaged with them. And then she's like, no pressure, but tag me. And so that's only a matter of time until that happens. And yeah, there's just so many possibilities with that being a thing. I really love the idea of her, like she was saying, this is kind of the big goal. She was like, if I wanted to just be a YouTuber for my life, well, first of all, I'm doing a really bad job at it, because she uploads super sporadically. She's not like in it for being a YouTuber, but
right.
What she really wants to do is be an inventor, and it's so cool to see somebody achieving that. Just like, I'm just doing it. I'm being what I want to be. And it's such a weird thing. She makes the weirdest crap. It's great. Ugh, I love it. Anyways, go achieve your dreams, everybody. That's what Simone Yetch is teaching us. Sorry, I haven't drawn in like 10 minutes. I had to talk about Simone because you said yetch.
Just had to scratch that yetch.
You're so clever. Hey, diddle diddle, this cat has a fiddle. What the heck? Where'd he get that? Give the fiddle back. That's my fiddle. Watch out, I think he'll attack.
Whoa.
I'm gonna have to paint a fiddle. I don't know what those look like, man. I don't know. Reference. Do you think the fiddle is too linear? You know what I mean? Like,
It's so long for a second.
yeah, that's the whole point. It's a long boy. I wanted it to kind of like, I don't
Lead
know.
into the path.
Yeah, I guess leading
But
into
without
the path
creating
is
a tangent.
okay.
Maybe if you make it a different color.
No. The path isn't a problem. I can just always block it with like more grass. But the thing I was worried about was where I want it to point, because composition wise, we always want to keep in mind what we're doing with the elements that we're putting on the page. So if we're starting at the top left corner of the left page, we start with the text, we follow the cow down to the second text, then we follow hopefully the moon to the cat, and then the cat's fiddle leads us to the path, which leads us up to the dish and the spoon, which is kind of close to at least the natural place where we would read the little dog laughed to see such a sport, and then below that the dish ran away with the spoon, and then we end with dog, but dog's tail leads us back into the image so we don't just like fall off the page. Does that make any sense? Should have drawn it out.
Yes.
Here, let's draw it out. Okay, so we start and then
No, it did make sense, but yeah, you can draw it out if you need to. Oh, I like the dots. Ooh. Oh. Skip the dog. Up. That's interesting. Not sure if my brain goes that way. Okay, so I'd go from the cat fiddle to the text and then to the spoon. Just because my eyes want to read the text first.
Totally. So maybe we make some of the grass and stuff like kind of point to the text, so it brings you up from this. And then
That's a good idea.
And then we get here. So at the end of sport, maybe some of these grasses also point down to them in a way that's arrow-ish. And then back down here. And then dog.
So what element's going to lead us from spoon and plate
Probably more
to the text?
like grass kind of stuff.
Yeah.
We'll use directional strokes. That's
And
the
then
power
loop
of
around the
foliage.
dog to the tail.
Yeah, exactly. The tail, and then we would fall off the page, except we don't want to do that. So, whoop, and then we go back into the page, and we see all the other stuff.
And we
again.
read it backwards.
Yes, good. And then whatchamacallit, what was I gonna say?
My weather thing on my taskbar just switched to humid.
Is it humid where you are?
It must be. I've never seen it say that before.
It's a new state of being. Who knew?
Humid.
Beep, 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 beep. Oh, thank you, by the way, Rin, for linking to Simone Yetch. Or wait, that was Anthony. Oh, thank you both. Amazing mods. By the way, we have awesome mods. Anthony's and my and mod links are all down below in the description. Please check them out. Got cool stuff. And speaking of Simone Yetch, I want to open a store sometime soon. So, on the horizon, it's possible. Anything's possible if you believe. Do you remember that song from...
Do you believe in a thing called love? Just
No.
listen to the rhythm of your heart.
There's a chance we can make it now? I won't sing the other part.
Why?
Because it's got stuff. But no, I was thinking of the one from the Princess Diaries.
Catch a falling star and put it in your pocket. Save
That's
for a rainy day.
thing.
That's the Princess Diaries song that I remember. She was sad in a car.
Oh, she does sing that. You're right. I always think
What
of
other
that
song
as the
does
Never
she
Been
sing?
Kissed song.
Rooney dude.
Rooney dude, baby.
With the M&Ms on his keyboard.
So true. Man, there's
What
something.
song?
It has the word magic.
Tell me. Magic.
Got to hear.
D. Ross says your handwriting is pretty.
When did I do handwriting?
This is all typed out. But we were thinking about doing handwriting stuff, so that's a precursor.
Clearly, it's wanted. Gotta make it a stripy cat.
I'll Google songs in words. None of these are ringing a bell.
Oh. It's the miracles happen. That's what it is. Miracles happen once in a while.
Passed that one.
When you believe.
What part of the movie was that happening?
I believe it's right as the end credits roll.
Right.
Duh.
It's been a while since I've seen that movie.
It's been a while. We should watch that.
It's your favorite.
It's a good.
Please do not step on the grass in every single language. I think that was the funniest part to me.
Really? Of all the jokes? I mean,
well, I don't know.
But, you know.
Yeah, at the time I thought it was really funny. Ha. It's funny. I said. That's funny.
That's funny. That's
then
so
why aren't you
funny.
laughing?
Which is actually funny because in Scrubs, when they make that joke and JD's girlfriend is the one who says that's so funny instead of laughing, it's played by that one girl who is also the villain girl in Princess Diaries. What's her name? Mandy Moore. She does so much voice acting now.
Oh, Mandy Moore.
Miracles happen once in a while when you believe. Do you believe? Do you believe in miracles?
Oh, I was not thinking of that one.
Where are you from? Anthony.
Oregon?
I almost stripped water down myself. So
That happened to me yesterday. I took too big of a swig and it like went all down my front and on the carpet, and then I just laughed at it and walked away.
That's funny because I stepped on a wet spot the other day and I was like, James,
That was
and
me.
then he was like, he got me. The good stuff, you know? Yeah, you did that, Anthony. Across time and space. How dare you? I think I want to give him a shirt. Probably to tie in the colors, I'll make it one of the blues from the dog. Blue, purples, whatever they are, indigos. Maybe like a short shirt. I kind of want it to be like Richard Scarry.
Crop top.
Yeah, crop top, baby. Richard
Scarry crop tops.
Honestly, that'd be
online
adorable. Shop. Oh my gosh, like all the little characters on a crop top, adorable. But the Richard Scarry characters have clothing, but not necessarily all the clothing that like people would have. So maybe a shirt but no pants, kind of Winnie the Pooh-ish. And so I think that's kind of the level of clothing that I want. I think that'd be good. That's just my idea, yeah. Miracles happen. It's gonna be stuck in my head forever now.
Is that in Zootopia as well? The fox wears just like a shirt, but he doesn't have pants? Or does he have pants?
I think he has pants. But I could be wrong. You tell me, Mr. Foxy Fox.
I'll look it up. Zootopia, no pants. Is that a safe thing to Google?
No, don't do that. Anthony, why?
What was the fox's name?
Nick.
Nick. Oh yeah, he's got pants.
Okay. What's his last name?
fox? Wild.
Wild. I knew it.
Oh, this is Nick Fox with Bayonetta's legs. That's
Duh. Well, we knew we all needed, obviously. Bayonetta. Oh man, I miss playing Bayonetta with you. Oh, we should play it again.
That was a fun game.
It is a fun game. What video games have you been playing lately?
I haven't been.
Anthony, yeah.
Mm.
We played a little Breath of the Wild last night. Found some DLC stuff. It was great.
Oh, I'm thinking of Robin Hood. He has like a tunic but no pants.
Yeah. I could understand that misconception between the two of them. He's very Robin Hoodish.
Yeah, he is.
I take from the rich and give to the greedy. Something. Wait. Okay. I take from the rich and give to the needy. Something else, and I'm not greedy. Shrek. Reference.
Shrek.
Man, I'm good. Break it down, Monsieur Hood.
We have about half an hour left.
Oh my gosh. Can cat paws do fiddle stuff? Ah, fiddlesticks.
Yes. Cows can jump over moons.
That's true. Cows can. Alright, we've got some ideas of characters now. We're kind of dialing them all in at the same time, so it's slow goings, but they're all kind of getting somewhere. So let's work on the cow for a sec. Oh, he disappeared. Okay, there we go. Or she, sorry. Come on. Hello from the cow side.
Are there male cows that produce milk like that, or is that only female cows?
Cow means female.
Oh, really?
Yeah. If it were male, it's a bull.
Oh, like elephants.
I suppose. At least that's my understanding. Again, if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right.
I'll Google it.
Just like a pig, if it's female, I believe it's called a sow. So instead of being called Miss Piggy, they could have just called her Sow.
Yeah, it says, technically speaking, all cows are female, though colloquially, cow is used to describe any domesticated bovine.
Look at a bunch of cows. Really? Is it? Well, whoever they are, whatever gender, I guess they are, I love them. I love cows. They're great. You know what I really want to do?
Interesting.
What?
A calf is a young bovine of any size. A heifer is a female who has not given birth yet. And a cow is a female who has delivered a baby.
Interesting. Okay, I never knew that. Heifer was the name of one of the characters in Rocko's Modern Life. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, his best friend.
Yeah,
right?
Heifer. It's a fun word, I have to say. All the fun little words for animals make me happy. Just like, oh, yes, we have all these terms. Given birth, not given birth, blah, blah, blah. We just watched a little video on geese, and apparently they used to go all the way up to the Arctic for when they would, like, be home, and then they'd come south for the winter and go to Canada, at least Canadian geese. And they apparently became so acclimated to not only the warmer climate of the South, but also the presence of humans giving them food, that they just stopped going anywhere and stayed. Just like, nope, I'm home.
Hey,
now.
this is pretty cozy.
Pretty cozy,
I'll
baby.
get used to this.
Yeah, so it's weird. They also have serrated not only beaks but tongues. The sides of their tongues are serrated.
For what?
Probably eating something more easily, but it's also scary. So they're doing a lot of stuff with it.
Pranks.
It's just a prank, bruh. Canadian geese. But yeah, it's weird. Geese are scary sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I do have an idea for a goose book though, and I'm very excited about it.
Serrated everything.
Serrated everything.
The pages as you turn them cut you.
Well, I mean, they're serrated. They don't necessarily need to cut you, but like they are serrated.
Potential.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it's all about.
The fear is there.
What more do you need to learn as a child but fear?
Right.
Yikes. That's a cloven hoof. Cloven as heck. Can you
It's
imagine?
serrated.
Can you imagine having a hoof just for a day? Like, you have hooves instead of feet.
Is it like
Yes.
cloven, like you're saying?
Yeah, of course.
So you could have at least some dexterity.
I don't think you would have much as a new hoof haver. You would just
Well,
walk around.
This is much easier to do things than like a horse hoof where it's not cloven at all and it's just
You can't like move the cloves of the cloven.
You can't?
No.
Why?
I don't think that's how the dexterity of it works. I think it's only to plant.
They have spread.
They do have spread, but that's more for like stability's sake than for dexterity, like I said.
I guess I would try to time this with my first attempt rock climbing or something.
Yes, I will magically become part cow on the day that I am.
It's just my hands and feet, and then you just see me like scaling a mountainside really impressively.
I'm always impressed by you. It's not that hard.
I'm just a pro at everything I do.
I mean,
unlike
pretty much.
you.
Yeah, you're like everything you've ever touched. Perfection.
You're a humble pro.
Humble pro.
She won't ever say it.
Oh man. What would you say you're an expert at?
I wouldn't.
Oh, who's humble now? Oh, what now, Anthony? What now?
I don't know.
Now you admit that you're amazing at everything.
Sarcastically and jokingly and unseriously.
Haha, this is just a joke. Haha, I promise. It's just a joke. I'm joking. Did you know I'm joking? Well, I would definitely say you're a pro at... I mean, retouching is what you've amassed, like, a crazy amount of skill in. You have to say you're a pro at that by this point. You have to. Say yes.
Yeah, sure.
That's right. I mean, technically, once you've gotten money for something, that's when you become a pro instead of an amateur.
Making lemonade. Selling it on the street. Pro at that.
Heck
Pro
yeah.
since I was like a kid in middle school.
Did you ever do that?
Elementary school? Yeah, except I think we used Kool-Aid mix instead of like lemonade.
How many sales you get?
Enough.
What's your demographic? Tell me your marketing strategy.
Demographic was the street we lived on. Our marketing strategy was like out in the public on a busy street as children.
You want this, whatever it is, here, pay me. How much was it, do you know?
Well, I mean, with inflation, it was probably like thousands of dollars. I don't know.
I want to know, just guesstimating. I remember I did that with one of my friends way back in the day, and we were definitely in elementary school, but I think we charged around like $1 for like the tiniest little cup.
I know, yeah. I was thinking like it must have been a small cup, and whoever was passing by was like, "Oh, this is cute. I've got some change in my cup holder, so it's fine."
That makes me kind of sad. Like, I don't have change anymore. I always pay for things digitally. So what happens for the kids on the street? I want to support their endeavors.
I haven't seen a lemonade stand in forever.
Yeah, that's true. But if I saw one, I'd want to support it. I think that's heckin' cute.
Yeah. Well, that's, I think when you are usually walking through a neighborhood, you see it.
Yeah.
And then you'd be like, oh, that's so cute. Let's go back home and get like a couple of... Jake says they take cash app. Digital kids. Whoa. I guess that makes sense.
They're of the new age, okay?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I don't like that as much. That feels less like homey.
I mean, we all bought Girl Scout cookies from Jake's kids, so they do take cash app, I'm sure. That's like a real organization, though. If you're just selling on the street, it's hard. You work hard for your money.
That's true.
Don't worry, Anna. Chances are the kids on the streets all have smartphones. And I'm just giving them my debit card. Yay. Oh.
Jake says, hello, I'm very late. Anna will say you're not.
There's no late.
Yeah, you are pretty late. There's only 15 minutes left. This is a
Replay
good
land
cop, bad
exists
cop
for
situation.
Are we the Lego good cop and bad cop, where we just swivel the head? I'm on the back, you're on the front.
Ooh, that's like James and I's Halloween costume a couple of years ago.
Yeah! Oh, that was so fun.
We were the mayor from
Jack!
Nightmare Before Christmas.
I was Sally. It was fun. Honestly, I think that Jack is one of the hardest characters to cosplay. Because you either have to be like a skeleton person where you like have a skeleton face and stuff like that, and that's one way of doing it. But then the other way is like paper mache head and you're walking on stilts to get that proportion kind of stuff. So it's like, you gotta choose your lane, I think. And if you're just dressed as like skeleton, it's hard to make it obvious that it's Jack Skellington.
Jake says, that was quite the spontaneous exposition, Anthony, and that would be awesome.
Anthony is nothing if not spontaneous.
I'm a pro at it.
Finally, he admits it! Murderer!
Murder.
I laughed a little bit too much at that.
Jake says, I want to make a 12-foot Jack Skellington. I believe you could.
Okay. Do it. Do it. I want to see it.
Anthony Jackson says, finally admits he's a pro.
Alright.
Only for laughs and giggles.
Totally not serious, just like kidding. Just like, it's like when you say like, oh yeah, like us going out. Unless
Like, unless you thought that was like, unless you wanted to.
Unless you're serious.
I'd only do it then.
Just kidding, just kidding, just kidding. I'm just kidding.
That's just a joke. I was joking.
Oh, Anthony. So silly.
Anthony Jackson says, no, you're a pro 24/7, even when I'm sleeping.
Why do you think you've suddenly become not a pro when you're sleeping? You're just like,
Yeah.
Suddenly.
Being spontaneous while I sleep? What does that mean? Sleepwalking and doing
you're
things?
You're very spontaneous in your sleep.
And then I kick her.
And then I give her the who's it what and then the kick.
Jake says, a regular kidster. And Rin says, that reminds me of your comment on psychopaths not being affected by others yawning, Anthony.
Anthony.
I yawned. Even if it took me a couple of seconds to catch up.
Took a while.
Since I'm
Yeah, for him
contemplating
to like
being psycho.
understand that people are perceiving him in this moment,
Oh,
and he has to
right.
perform for
People are
them like a
watching.
monkey.
Yeah, noise and sound.
Should we have an expression on the cow? Definitely. We should have like a little. That's the expression.
A devious
moo
jumper.
Cow, hello, moo cow. Do cows have?
Now this kind of looks like the tongue is flapping in the wind.
We have to keep the intention of the original
Yeah, that's
piece.
true,
Okay,
that's
it's very
true.
important. Oh my gosh. Wait, that's not the right color. This, but darker. Will this get
This
rid of
butt
the tongue?
darker.
This butt darker. Gotta have a dark butt. Do 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 do. Gotta have a dark butt.
Alessandra's
now.
asking, I'm so confused. Pro on what?
Oh.
Everything.
Compared to what? Yeah, Anthony is just a pro at literally everything. Everything.
Just
he's
like
ever
Anna.
tried, just done. Donezo.
Yeah.
Somewhere in between is the truth. You'll never know. Alright, here's our cow for now. Cow for now. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, I do want to... That's a finishing touch, it's fine. Alright, let's hop on over to our other faves. Oh, this dish could be like really ornate. Because I love a good dish. I do. I enjoy. So we should add
You
some.
can make
like,
it gold plated.
gold plated. Gosh. You know, we had that growing up. We actually had. There were white dishes with black rims, and then there were little gold lines. Those were the fancy
Wow.
version of our daily ones, which were black on the outside, or not black. You know the ones I'm talking about. They were like a dark indigo, and then dots. They had dots, right? They're probably all broken by now.
Not dots like polka dots, but like speckles
No, dots like polka dots.
on your main plates.
Yeah, you remember the ceramic ones that were the dark navy or whatever around the edge.
Oh, the rim had the dots on it, but the majority of the plate was just white.
Yeah. They were just little
I don't-
dots. I think there were groups of
Yeah.
like 3 dots or something.
Oh,
like
okay.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
At least I think I remember that, but now I'm doubting my entire childhood and life. Anthony, thanks for that.
Well, I remember the orange ones.
Oh, yeah, that
I
was
guess
later.
the most. And then there is like one really fancy orange one that has speckles on it. That seems
Yeah,
like a
which
good
always
weight.
made me think of pumpkin pie.
It's a
Oh.
nice plate. I like that one.
Probably also all broken. I think Mom got like 4 of them.
Oh, I only remember one.
Yeah, that's right. My parents' house is now just a mishmash of like all the different dishes from the different eras, where it's just like, oh yeah, those ones broke long ago, but we have one left and it's chipped, and like
Oh,
many
yeah.
of those. Half of
Does have
their
a chip on it.
cupboards are just filled with cups, and like they range from, okay, this one's specifically for like drinking coffee, but I like this one better, and then there's also like a whole section that's kid cups, because
I like
we have
those ones.
grandchildren now, and so they're just,
Oh.
well, the sippy cups, the like lidded ones.
Oh,
or
okay.
Ones that
Yeah.
Enzi can use, and she's turning 2 in June, which is crazy.
Chick says cupboards are for cups usually, so
Usually. Yeah, but they have a lot of cupboards, and only like one of them has plates and bowls, and then the other like 2 or 3 are just cups. So
yeah, there are a lot of cups.
a lot of cups, and they all get used somehow.
Proliferation. I like the short little plastic ones with like the ribbing, I guess you would call it.
Yeah, they have like a subtle wave to the outside going down.
Yeah, I like those ones because when I drop them, they don't break.
Definitely. Plastic cups are pretty awesome, I have to say, for not breaking. I do love glass to drink out of in my house, but I don't have kids running around, so it's a little different. Although we're going to be babysitting soon, so it's going to be,
Do you have any plastic?
there's going to be a lot of house proofing.
Bring your own cups.
Yeah, exactly. BYOC.
Yeah.
I love it. Ugh.
Rin says I love stoneware.
Oh,
Is that
stoneware
like
is wonderful.
ceramic stuff?
It is, but it's a different type of clay. So it's just like, it's a different texture when it comes
Is that
out.
what
It's
that
a little
orange
bit.
plate is?
It might be. Could be. I'm not sure. That one might be like a glaze that gives it that kind of texture, but it could also be stoneware. I'm not sure. And then there's also, if you do a glaze over it, like, there are two kinds of glazes. Under glazes give color, and sometimes like a, I don't know how to describe it. It falls into crevices and can create different effects. Like there's an opalescent kind, so it's not necessarily a color, it's like a sheen. And then there's a glaze that you just dip the whole thing into that makes it shiny. And if you don't dip it into that, it comes out matte. So I don't know why I went into that little explanation, but there you go. Ceramics! I want to do it. I was talking about it with my mom, actually. I was like, oh man. Well, I was talking to her about crocheting because that's the hobby that I'm very into right now. And we were talking about ceramics, and she said she would do it, but it dries out her hands so much, and she was worried that it would cause like damage. And so I looked it up, and there's a thing called liquid gloves that people use on their hands, and it's like a barrier for doing ceramics and other things if you want that.
So it's like a lotion you put on?
I suppose so. It comes in a bottle. But I was like, oh, that's a cool solution. And I was like, wow, look at this. And she's like,
Literally.
yeah, I guess it, I mean, I would assume it's a problem for many people. Anyways, if you have dry hands and want to do ceramics, there's something there for you. And then, of course, there's just wearing straight up gloves, but I think that takes away from some of the tactileness of it. So it's just up to you.
Right. Rin says, I love dull stoneware, usually earthy tones or blue and green, and goes on to say, ooh, I should try ceramics someday. And Jake says, I really miss doing ceramics. And then says to Rin, you should try it, Rin.
I didn't know you did ceramics. I want to do ceramics.
Jake, he's a pro at everything.
Literally everything.
Actually.
Yes, I've piloted an airplane while
doing
assisting in a
ceramics.
birth and
while doing ceramics.
I threw a pot. It was not that good, but I was also doing some other stuff at the same time. And then you look at it and it's a masterpiece. Why are you doing that? Do I have... Now's the time where Photoshop does something weird.
Hey, it's not drifting. We're zooming in and out.
Yes. Okay, so last stream we had this issue where if I pressed Alt to select a color, it would start slowly zooming out on the image. It would shrink away from me. And also when I pressed full screen, it would start like just jittering to the left. When I restarted my computer, it all was fixed. And we even tried like updating the version of Photoshop and stuff. So I think it was my computer maybe interacting. It could be Windows and Photoshop together, because I swear it seems like every update for either one of them throws the other off. So it's just what we live with. But yeah, have you tried turning it on and off again?
It's a good solution.
There we go. I'm glad it works, honestly. Like 90% of the time, that's the best.
That just happened with my Chromecast, actually. I was
really?
watching another episode of Owl House, and it was just like rainbow stutters across the entire thing.
Rainbow stutters?
But it was really bizarre because when the video minimized to like, when it goes to credits and it minimizes the video and takes you to like the splash page of like play next episode, the play next episode and all of that, it looked fine, but the little thumbnail was still all like weird rainbow effects all over.
That's so weird.
And so I went back to the home menu and it was doing this weird like pixely diagonally glitter thing across every page that I would like press the arrow button to go towards the settings. It would have like this weird pixel thing happening. And then I finally got to settings, and every time I went down it was the weird pixely thing, and then I found the reset button and then I pressed restart and then it booted back up and everything was fine and fixed.
Honestly,
but it just seemed beautiful. Weird.
Glittery rainbows.
It was, but it was also really bizarre. Like, it's not happening on splash pages. It's happening on the videos, and it's happening on the main menu.
Yeah,
what?
That's odd.
And it's like weird, different things. Like the video was all like rainbowy, wavy, and soft looking, but then the pixely things throughout the menus And it wasn't a cord because all I did was restart the Chromecast and it fixed itself. So it was definitely like a software thing.
That is really weird, but I'm glad it got fixed once again. Starting and turning off and on again is the best. Does that look weird? I mean, the face is weird. But
yeah.
The having the like
the skeleton
detail.
coming out of his body.
Ah!
The Eiffel Tower.
To be like the, a fancy spoon.
A tree silhouette.
A fancy spoon has like little details at the bottom, or like the end of the handle. Little
like
body lumps. Duh.
Love handles, I guess, is what that looks like.
Love handles on the spoon. Yes.
Yeah.
You gotta.
Which
love
is fitting
because
it's on the handle.
Exactly, it works. It works on so many levels. Wow. What a masterpiece. I must be a pro at this.
Fergie the spoon. Jake says, the little body lumps.
Check it out. I love it. Ugh.
We have about 3 minutes left.
3. Oh my gosh, I just lost 2 minutes of my life. Oh my god.
Okay, I'm sorry.
How dare you?
I was going to say 5 because it was 56 and I was giving it wiggle room, but right when I started talking, it turned to 7. And I was like, I almost accidentally doubled the amount of time.
That would be worse. We're going to have to work on the spoon and dish, obviously. They're a little weird. I think that for like, I don't want to call it material rendering. I want it to read that they're not just the same color. So I'm definitely going to change the color value specularity a little bit on like spoony so that it reads more as metal. I need to decide then.
Give him a mohawk.
Oh, that's an interesting creative decision there.
More metal.
Don't you know that's punk? Come on.
Dang it. What's metal? A mullet? What's metal? Uh-oh.
What is metal, precious? I would think of multiple things. Like, I think of like long down
metal
hair more for metal than like long up hair.
Oh.
Goes down.
Up hair.
Like
big hair bands.
Yeah, the headbanging.
Yeah.
Anyway, so differentiation between
like a
the dish
lion's
and the spoons,
mane.
materials. But overall, I'm happy with our progress today. We've got our composition more locked in. Again, I'm probably going to change the text, maybe mess around with some hand lettering. We've got an idea of the cat and the fiddle. The dog is laughing up a storm. The text definitely needs to poke out more. And let's get just a little idea. Oops. Oh my gosh. Lorem ipsum, get out of here. Who needs you? Wait, did I rasterize that accidentally? Am I crazy? Okay, I guess I did. Whoops. Alright, let's try out fully white text. Whoop. Whenever I work on a book, I'm surprised when they go for as much possible contrast as they can with text. I'm like, I guess it makes sense. It's just not as aesthetically, like, pleasing as I want it to be. Do you guys like sans or no sans?
I thought you were going to do handwriting.
I will play with handwriting, but for now I want to make sure that the text is reading as best it can.
Oh.
Sorry, I should have said serif or sans.
That's sans, no sans. That's funny.
sans, no.
No.
Oh, this is the one, don't you think? It's called Gigi.
Gigi.
The little dog laughed to seize on a swipe.
You like that?
I like that different fonts have different sounds that you have to read them as.
Oh my gosh. The little dog laughed to see such a sport. That's what that one says.
Yeah, little dog laughed to see such a sport.
Honestly, that one's very styling. Look at it.
Look at it.
No. Stop looking at it. No Harrington. Steve, get out of here. Ooh,
bat wings or whatever it's called.
Bat
Wingadings?
Wingdings?
What is it called?
Wingadings. No, we should probably try something really basic like Times New Roman just to see, like... Honestly, like 90% of books are going to have Times New Roman, so... But it's so basic. It just kind of I don't know. Well, we'll do it for now.
Boo!
Boo! Queen of Slime.
It's 5
Queen
o'clock.
Of
See
Filth.
you guys later.
Oh, okay. We're gonna do the text.
That's how we end
in
the stream.
White.
Boo!
Okay.
This is
fine.
bad.
When we come back, we'll be able to say some stuff about the text, okay? Sound good? We will see you guys very shortly. Oh, Verdana says, Jake. Let's see. I don't have fancy texts other than like the very few that I have downloaded, but we'll try Verdana because I think that I have that.
It's like a stock one.
Boop. Yeah, there's a basic sans.
And then also suggests Century Gothic. And Annika's here now, but...
Oh my gosh, Annika, sorry, we're leaving.
Annika.
But we will see you again very soon.
Very soon being Tuesday of next week.
Tuesday of next week, that's so soon. I mean, come on, it's only less than a week away.
Friday, Saturday,
Almost
Sunday,
tomorrow,
Monday.
almost tomorrow. By the time I see you next, I shall
Half a
have
week.
submitted the finals for the book, which is very
Is that
exciting.
tomorrow?
No, it's Monday. Annika says sorry, or wait, sorry I joined late, or just I joined late?
Yeah, no
There
apologies
is no
here.
late.
Statement
It's all
said.
good. It's all good, lady. Okay, anyways, we will see you guys very soon, and until next time, remember
I don't
to
think
get
so either,
vaccinated,
Annika.
get boosted, be kind to yourself and to others. Remember that you are loved, and thank you so much for hanging out with us. We had a ball of a time and sang some songs and did a good stuff.
We did a good stuff.
Anthony,
including
is there anything you'd like to
talking.
say?
Not well.
That's not our podcast.
All right.
Annika
Laughing into your
shouts.
cups.
Annika shouts in the
LOL, I
chat.
am sorry. You know that.
You know I'm sorry. You know it. I
You
don't know
mocked
until
my
you say-
pain, sir.
Never do it again. I
Yeah.
died that day. Oh my gosh. Go watch The
Oh.
Princess Bride. It's a classic.
And the Princess
It's
Diaries.
the best. And The Princess Diaries, also a classic, honestly. Do you believe? Wait. Miracles happen once in a while. Fade to black. It's when you believe. See, guys.
Wait, fade to black.
Miracles happen. And the after party.
Oh, right. The after part.
He forgot. Or he would
We
just...
have to do metal music so we could do
Oh, yeah.
headbanging hairstyle.
Welcome to...
Is that metal?
The
I thought
after
that's...
party.
Isn't that screamo?
There's a lot of subgenres that are overlapping. That's not just a circle. It's a Venn diagram.
Death metal. That's what Jake is calling that.
Okay, well... Life is alive! That's my
I don't-
life metal.
I don't like death metal. Like, what's metal that I would like? Jake?
Probably like some kind of pop melding. Papa melding.
Yeah.
Alessandra says, OMG, my ears. Sorry.
Symphonic?
Sorry.
Symphonic metal? Is that a thing?
Well, and with
Who is a band that I would know?
Yeah, exactly. Within every genre, there is probably an artist that you would enjoy. So,
Yeah.
if there's an individual recommendation, hey, go hop over to the Discord. Especially those of you in replay land who aren't here exactly right now. We appreciate you. We love you, and you can hop over to the Discord to give Anthony some recommendations of metal he might enjoy.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Shout out to the mods, always amazing. And we will see you again very soon. Anthony,
Heck yeah.
go listen to some metal.
Well, very soon being 4 days from now, which is more than half a week.
Very
but
soon. Check out the other streamers on Behance. Bye.
see ya.